Hey guys, this is Marina Tolentino, and today we're going to talk all about the market shift. I'm sure you've seen it on CNN and you've seen it on wherever you are in the world. People are talking about housing. It's a hot topic right now. What's going to happen? What's coming in the future? Obviously don't have a crystal ball, but what I can tell you is historical facts, and that's most important. It's coming from a place of education, so you can make the best decision moving forward. So with that, let's dive into this video and talk about what's happening in the market today in June in 2022 and how to prepare for the summer. Okay, so like I said before, my name is Marina Tolentino and I'm a real estate agent here in Hawaii on Oahu. And this whole channel is about helping you buy and sell in Hawaii and preparing you for that process. I get it that it can be overwhelming with a Google search or a YouTube search. So my job is to help simplify the process, make sure that you have the best information moving forward so you can be confident in your decision and make your money go to work for you. So let's dive into this video with the market shift and we'll talk all about the data and the statistics and give you some good news. So one thing to mention before we start this video is just a little bit of a reference point for Hawaii, right? So Hawaii is a little rock with a lot of people. And what does that mean? It means land is very scarce. We're not making more of it. We're not on the Big Island. We don't have active volcano producing more lava. What we have is on Oahu. And with that, we have the biggest city. So we have Honolulu, which is a metropolitan center. And then the further out west and east you go, it's just, they're not making more land. There's no more new developments necessarily other than Koa Ridge and Ho'opili, which we've talked about. But knowing that, what happens when there's so much demand and so many people in a little place is that home values consistently go up over time. That's just facts. So I have a chart here and I'll make sure that we share it with you guys as well. But basically, if you look at the chart, you're gonna see this blue squiggly line and it's historically going up and an incline, just like a stock market would, right? The housing market can kind of play off stocks in the economy, but it's not a straight line. It's not a straight, even diagonal. It definitely has its ups and downs, and that's just the market doing its thing. It goes through waves of increase and decrease, but the longer you hold it, the better. And so what's really exciting about Hawaii, and something I'm always advising our clients, is that if you can hold a property, our market tends to double every 10 years. And so let's just kind of break that down. So if we go back to 35 years ago, which was 1985, right? The median sales price on Oahu was $158,000, which like right now in 2022, I think, hot damn, that's such a good price. But let's context, right? 1985, I wasn't born yet. So for $185,000 property in Washington State, for instance, that probably would have been $50,000 back in 1985. So let's put a little bit of context to it. So that's where we were. 1985 was 158. Let's fast forward another 10 years. So if we go 1985 down to 1995, prices went up to $350,000. Okay, so we immediately had a double. And then if we fast forward up to 2005, prices were $590,000. So it was a great time to buy, anytime from 1980s up to 1990s, early 2000s. But as you go through though, you'll see like every year is not a consistent up. Sometimes it's 307, the next year it might be 297. So we're still seeing like a teeny fluctuation every year, but consistently, if you just hold it and ride the waves, you'll be okay. So then we have to talk about the Great Recession, right? What happens in 2008 and 2009? Home prices were at an absolute peak. And then we had this crash. And what happened was the value was $592 at the absolute peak. This is 2010. The next year, 2011, prices just came down $20,000 and went down to $575,000. That's it. So if I'm trying to take this out of context and think, oh my gosh, a recession is coming in 2022, 2023, like prices are gonna crash. I'm just gonna keep it straight with you. It's not gonna happen in the sense like 2008. It's a completely different context, a completely different situation with mortgages and lenders. There's just demand. We have a 50-year shortage of houses in America, let alone in Hawaii. So even if it dips a little bit, it's gonna be on the rebound real quick and I don't worry about it. So then let's just look at the prices again. So like I said, at the very peak, like let's say you bought at the peak of that market. So that was 2010, 592. Fast forward to 2020, we're already over 790,000. So again, the longer you hold it, the better you'll be. It's your money working for you. Not only are you putting equity into it with your mortgage, but you're gaining appreciation. And that's just the market value boosting and boosting and boosting and letting time do its job. That's the biggest thing. And so for you, if you're watching all these headlines and you're thinking this is the worst time to buy, interest rates are crazy at 6%, let's remind ourselves that 6 to 8% was the normal. That's historically the average range for an interest rate. There was a time when people would buy a house in the 90s for 15%, 14%. And to think about that number being double is kind of mind-blowing to think about it. But again, if you had held that property, refinanced when the interest rates came down again, you're riding that wave, you're having that capacity, you'll be okay in the long run. If you are someone who's trying to buy a house and sell it in 2 years, I can't promise you that you're gonna make money. That's where I'm coming from. The longer you can hold it, the better you'll be. Or if you have an abundance of income where you're not super tight every month, you're not living paycheck to paycheck, and you're okay to make a negative on a month or two, you can write it out, you have those savings, you'll be okay. That's the biggest thing. So let's just kind of break this down into, well, I can just fast forward 2022, right? So where are home prices right now? If we went from 2019, where the median price was $790, now we're at $1,153,000. It's the new median single family price on Oahu. So we're in a really good position to just keep growing equity. The economy is gonna recover, it will be back. I don't know, I don't have fear set in. I'm ignoring the fear mongering and the clickbait because I know we're gonna be okay. So I wanna encourage you guys too, it's gonna be okay. Alrighty, so I hope this video helped put some context to all the news that you're seeing and kind of all the social media things that are going on. Just remember that media channels are paid for advertising and they want to get paid those dollars by you clicking on links. So of course you're going to be wanting to follow the trends and hear what everybody else is saying, but I want you to go to professionals. I want you to go to people who are actually in the market, seeing the day-to-day stuff. And I can tell you in Hawaii, even as interest rates have gone up, yes, it's slowed down a little bit, but we're still competitive. It's not that there's no offers whatsoever and homes are sitting for 30 days. The average is still 10 days on market, which is really fast in a good market. It means we're healthy. It means buyers want to buy, sellers want to sell. I do want to encourage you, if you are someone who's looking to sell in the next 6 months, the sooner the better, just because we still have a strong buyer presence. If interest rates continue to increase, we will probably see a little bit more of a slowdown. And so if you're wanting to get top dollar and sell it pretty timely, the sooner the better. So definitely reach out to us if you have questions about that process or how to get started. And then on the buy side, I think this is where you get really besties with your lender. You ask questions, call them every day if you have to. They want you to know that they trust you and you trust them. But if you are just binging YouTube and you're trying to figure it out on your own, I think that's unrealistic. And this is really when you need to lean on the professionals who know what they're doing and they come from a place of reason. So with that being said, be sure to hit me up if you guys have questions. I'm here to help and we'll definitely go from there. So I'll see you on the next one.